Hello, and welcome back to Biology, the Master of Science, Basic Concepts of Biology. In today's lecture, we begin our journey into the microscopic world of the cell, the foundational unit of life. From the discovery of the first cell to the fascinating complexity inside plant and animal cells, we'll uncover how life is built from the ground up. The story of the cell begins in 1665, when Robert Hooke, using one of the earliest microscopes, examined a slice of cork and observed tiny box-like structures. He called them cells because they resembled small rooms, or cellula in Latin. Shortly after, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, a Dutch tradesman and scientist, improved the microscope and became the first to observe living cells, such as bacteria and protozoa, which he called animalcules. These early discoveries laid the groundwork for the field of cell biology. As microscopy advanced, scientists made more observations and eventually proposed the cell theory, which remains one of biology's core principles. This theory consists of three key statements. All living organisms are composed of one or more cells. The cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. This theory, developed by scientists like Matthias Schleiden, Theodor Schwann, and Rudolf Virchow, emphasized that all life processes begin at the cellular level. Cells are broadly classified into two major types based on their structure. Prokaryotic cells. These are the simplest and most ancient forms of life, found in organisms like bacteria and archaea. They lack a nucleus, and their genetic material floats freely in the cytoplasm. They also lack membrane-bound organelles. Eukaryotic cells. These are complex cells found in plants, animals, fungi, and protists. They possess a true nucleus enclosed in a membrane, along with specialized organelles that perform distinct cellular functions. Let's now explore the most important organelles in a typical eukaryotic cell. Nucleus, often called the control center of the cell, it houses DNA and directs cell activities such as growth, metabolism, and reproduction. Mitochondria, known as the powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria convert nutrients into ADP, the cell's main energy currency. Ribosomes, tiny structures that synthesize proteins by translating genetic instructions. They may float freely or be attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, ER. Rough ER is studded with ribosomes and helps in protein synthesis. Smooth ER lacks ribosomes and assists in lipid synthesis and detoxification. Golgi apparatus functions like a packaging and distribution center, modifying and transporting proteins and lipids. Cell membrane, a semi-permeable barrier that controls the movement of substances in and out of the cell. Cytoplasm, the jelly-like fluid that supports and suspends all organelles. Although plant and animal cells are both eukaryotic, they differ in several ways. Plant cells have a rigid cell wall made of cellulose that provides structural support. Contain chloroplasts, which enable photosynthesis by converting sunlight into energy. Possess a large central vacuole for water and nutrient storage. Animal cells lack a cell wall and chloroplasts. Contain centrioles, important in cell division. Have multiple small vacuoles instead of one large one. These adaptations reflect the different lifestyles and functions of plant and animal organisms. To conclude, the cell is not just a structural unit, it's the very foundation of life. From simple bacteria to complex humans, every living thing depends on the intricate work happening inside cells. In our next lecture, we'll explore how these organelles work together to keep cells and life functioning. See you there.